What if the most powerful man in a country walked among his people as a nobody, disguised as a poor cleaner, to uncover the shocking truth about them? Would they treat him with kindness, or would they show their true, ugly colors? Get ready, because you're about to hear a story so wild, so heart-pounding, it'll grab you and never let go. Welcome to African Tales, where we bring you stories from Africa's heart that make your heart race, your eyes tear up, and your spirit soar. If you're new, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell, because this tale, President Ibrahim Traoré pretends to be a poor cleaner to test his workers. Until this happened, will leave you speechless. Picture a dazzling new factory in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, its glass walls shining like stars, machines humming with promise, and workers streaming in with big dreams. It's the grandest factory in the land. But here's the jaw-dropping secret: nobody knows who owns it. People whisper in the markets, at home, on the streets. Is it a rich stranger, a hidden tycoon, a mystery bigger than the Sahara? The truth is so huge it'll make your head spin. The man behind this factory is President Ibrahim Traoré, the bold leader fighting for his nation's future. But why hide? Why keep it secret from his advisors, his family, even his closest friends? Because he's not just building a factory, he's on a daring mission to find out who's honest, who's rotten, and who's got a heart of pure gold. And what he discovers will shock you to your core. So, come with me. Let's dive into this epic tale of tricks, kindness, and justice that'll keep you hooked every single second. President Traoré wasn't like other leaders who sit in fancy offices and read reports. He wanted to see the truth, to feel his people's struggles, to know if the folks running his factory were good or bad. So, he came up with a plan so smart, so sneaky, it's like something from a blockbuster movie. He decided to go undercover, not as a boss, not as a manager, but as the lowest worker of all, a cleaner. Picture this: a president everyone respects trades his sharp suits for old, torn trousers, a dirty shirt, and sandals so worn they barely hold together. He puts white powder in his hair to look old, rubs dark paint on his face to seem tired, and wears big, scratched sunglasses to hide his sharp eyes. He even changes his voice, making it deep and rough, like an elder telling stories by the fire. He calls himself Uncle Issa, a poor man begging for a job. Nobody knows it's him, not the workers, not the managers, not even the security guards. Only one person knows the truth: his trusted assistant, Emmanuel, who swears to keep quiet. Why go so far? Because President Traoré wanted to see the factory through the eyes of someone small. Would the bosses treat a cleaner with respect? Would the workers help a poor old man? Or would they show greed, cruelty, or worse? This wasn't just about jobs, it was about finding the heart of his people, and the truth was about to hit like a storm. On his first day, Uncle Issa shuffles through the factory's back gate, gripping a rusty bucket and a worn-out mop. The air smells of oil and metal, and machines roar like a lion in the distance. The security guard, a big man with a scowl, glares at him like he's a stray dog. "Who are you?" the guard snaps, his voice sharp as a knife. "I'm the new cleaner," Uncle Issa says, his voice low and rough, his head bowed like he's nobody. The guard laughs meanly. "You look like trouble, old man. Go find the cleaning boss, and don't make a mess." Uncle Issa nods, his sandals slapping the hard concrete as he walks inside. The cleaning boss, Madam Awa, doesn't even look up from her papers. "Take these," she barks, tossing him an old broom with missing bristles, torn gloves, and a bucket with a hole. "Clean the back halls, the toilets, and the warehouse. Don't talk to anyone, don't bother anyone, just work." Uncle Issa nods again, his face calm, but his eyes behind those sunglasses see everything, every glance, every whisper, every move. He starts cleaning, scrubbing floors thick with dirt, mopping long hallways where workers leave muddy footprints, and cleaning toilets that stink so bad it burns his nose. His back aches, his knees hurt, but he doesn't complain. He works like a man who needs this job to eat, but deep down, he's watching, listening, and remembering every single thing. The truth is about to unfold, and it's going to be explosive. From that first day, Uncle Issa sees how dark the factory is. Workers walk over his clean floors, leaving dirt and laughing as they go. "Look at this old fool," one sneers, pointing at him. "Too old to work, but still here. What a joke." Another laughs, loud and mean. They yell at him, ignore him, act like he's invisible. Nobody says good morning. Nobody helps. To them, Uncle Issa is just a poor cleaner, not worth their time. But in this cold, hard place, one person shines like a bright light. Her name is Miriam, a single mother with 4 daughters, working hard in the packaging section. Miriam doesn't laugh at Uncle Issa or ignore him. Every morning, she smiles at him, her eyes warm like the sun. "Good morning, Uncle," she says softly. "I hope you slept well. May your day be good." One day, during a break, Miriam sees Uncle Issa sitting alone, his hands rough from scrubbing, his shirt wet with sweat. She walks over, holding a small piece of bread wrapped in plastic and a bag of water. "Uncle, you work harder than anyone," she says, her voice kind. "Please, take this. It's not much, but I can't eat knowing you're hungry." Uncle Issa's heart feels warm. Behind his sunglasses, his eyes soften. "Thank you, my daughter," he says, his fake voice steady but kind. "God bless you for your kindness." Miriam smiles, her face tired but full of light. "It's nothing, Uncle. We're all struggling. We have to help each other." That small act of kindness is like a fire in the dark. While everyone else treats Uncle Issa like trash, Miriam sees him as a person. She doesn't know he's the president. To her, he's just an old man trying to survive. And yet, she shares the little she has. That moment plants a seed in Uncle Issa's heart, a seed that will grow into something incredible. But the factory's darkness is about to get even uglier, and you won't believe what happens next. One quiet afternoon, Miriam finds Uncle Issa sweeping near the back wall. She looks nervous, then sits beside him, her hands rough from packing boxes. "Uncle," she says softly, "can I tell you something?" "Of course, my child," he says, leaning on his broom, his eyes hidden but listening closely. Miriam looks around to make sure nobody's near. "My husband left me," she says, her voice shaking. "He said I'm too poor, not good enough. He said our 4 daughters are useless because they're girls. He left me for my best friend. Uncle, now I take care of my girls alone. Some nights, we don't have food. I work hard, I pray, I cry, but it's never enough." Uncle Issa listens, his heart heavy behind his disguise. "You're strong, Miriam," he says gently, "stronger than you know." She wipes a tear. "I'll never give up my honor. Uncle, I'd rather go hungry than do bad things for money or favors." Uncle Issa puts a gentle hand on hers. "You're a warrior, my daughter. Never forget that. God sees your heart, and he will help you." Miriam's story shows her strong spirit, but Uncle Issa is also watching the factory, seeing every bad thing, every mean act, and what he sees next makes his blood boil. The factory was supposed to be a place of hope, a way to make life better for people, but inside, it's full of bad things. The factory manager, Mr. Pascal, acts like a king. He walks around yelling at workers for tiny mistakes, saying mean things to women, and doing something awful, asking young women to do shameful things if they want a job. "You want to work here?" he'd say with a nasty smile. "You know what you have to do." One day, Miriam comes out of Mr. Pascal's office, her eyes full of tears. Uncle Issa, sweeping nearby, hears her whisper, "He told me to do something bad if I want to keep my job. I said no. I'd rather starve than betray my daughters." Uncle Issa's hands tighten around his broom. "What did you tell him?" he asks, his voice calm but burning inside. "I told him never," Miriam says, "but he laughed and said I'll be sorry." That night, President Traoré, still pretending to be Uncle Issa, can't sleep. The factory he built to help his people is being ruined by greedy, cruel people like Pascal. But Pascal's bad behavior is about to get even worse, and the truth is getting closer. The next morning, Pascal sees Miriam talking to Uncle Issa near the warehouse. His face gets red with anger. He storms over, shouting so everyone can hear. "You, old fool," he yells at Uncle Issa. "Are you messing with that woman? You think you're smart? If I catch you with her, you're done. I'll send you to a prison where nobody will find you." The workers around them laugh, some because they're scared, others because they're mean. Uncle Issa stands tall, his face calm behind his sunglasses. "One day, Pascal," he says slowly, his voice strong like a rock, "you'll beg for forgiveness, but you won't get any. You'll go to prison, you fool." Pascal laughs loudly, his voice echoing through the factory. "You, a dirty cleaner? What can you do to me? You're nothing." Uncle Issa doesn't say another word. He picks up his mop and keeps cleaning. But inside, he's planning. The day to show the truth is coming, and Pascal has no idea what's about to hit him. The factory's dark secrets are piling up, and the president is ready to strike. As days pass, Uncle Issa sees everything. He sees workers clock in, then sneak out to sit at shops and drink all day, coming back only to get their pay. He sees supervisors like Jerry, a sneaky man with a fake smile, taking money from new workers. "Give me 10,000 CFA, or you won't get a job," Jerry says, stuffing the money in his pocket without shame. In a storage room, Uncle Issa finds two workers kissing and laughing, not doing their work. When he walks in, they don't even stop. Get out, old man. One says rudely, go clean toilets. This place isn't for you. In another part of the factory, he hears Pascal on the phone, bragging to a friend. This factory is like a gold mine, Pascal says, his voice full of greed. I'm putting my cousin in charge of security next week. We'll run everything. The owner? Nobody knows him. He's probably not even real. This place is mine now. Uncle Issa's heart burns with anger, but he stays quiet, writing down every word, every bad thing in his mind. The factory is like a jungle, ruled by bad people like Pascal and Jerry, while good people like Miriam suffer. But the president's plan is moving forward, and the truth is about to explode. Miriam's troubles don't stop at the factory. At home, she fights to keep her family safe. Her landlord, Mr. Kofi, a cruel man with a loud voice, keeps bothering her. Pay your rent, or you and your useless daughters will sleep on the street, he shouts one night, banging on her door so hard it shakes. Miriam begs, please, give me more time, but he doesn't care. 2 weeks, or you're out, he says. The next morning, Miriam goes to work with red, swollen eyes, her old brown dress washed so many times it's fading. She's desperate, so she goes to Mr. Pascal's office, holding a small piece of paper. Sir, please, she says, her voice shaking. I know we don't get paid yet, but my landlord says he'll kick me out. I need a little money to keep my daughters safe. Pascal leans back in his chair, smiling like a snake. You want money? He says, his eyes mean. You won't give me what I want, but you ask for my help? You're a dirty, ugly woman. I was doing you a favor by even thinking about you, and you said no. Get out. Miriam runs out, tears falling down her face. She sits behind the factory, crying into her hands. Uncle Issa, sweeping nearby, puts down his broom and kneels beside her. My daughter, what happened? He asks softly. She tells him everything, Pascal's mean words, the landlord's threats, her fear for her daughters. Uncle Issa's heart breaks, but he keeps his voice calm. Don't worry, Miriam, God sees everything. Pascal will pay for what he's done, and you'll find peace, I promise. That night, in a small rented room where he hides, President Traoré takes off his disguise and calls Emmanuel. Find Miriam's landlord, he says. Pay all her rent for 6 months, every bit she owes. But don't tell her it's from me. Yes, sir, Emmanuel says. By morning, the landlord calls Miriam, sounding grumpy but surprised. Someone paid your rent. 6 months, all of it. You're lucky, he says. Miriam gasps, dropping her phone. Who did it? She asks, her voice shaking. I don't know, the landlord says. Some young man. He said it's a secret. Miriam falls to her knees, tears of joy running down her face. She hugs her daughters, dancing in their small room. Thank you, God, she says. We're safe. At the factory, she finds Uncle Issa sweeping near the back gate. Uncle, she shouts, her face bright with happiness. Someone paid my rent. 6 months. I don't know who, but God answered my prayers. Uncle Issa smiles, acting surprised. That's a miracle, my daughter. God always helps. Miriam laughs, her eyes shining. If I ever meet the person who did this, I'll hug them until they tell me to stop. Maybe one day you will, Uncle Issa says, his heart full of pride. But the factory's darkness is still growing, and the president is about to make his move. Uncle Issa keeps cleaning, but he's really watching everything. He sees workers pretending to work but doing nothing, supervisors taking money under the table, and Mr. Pascal stealing millions from the factory's bank account. Emmanuel sends him secret messages. Pascal's taking 20 million CFA. Sir, he says it's for building repairs, but it's a lie. I have proof. Good. The president says, let the bad ones make their own traps. Their time is coming. One day, Uncle Issa hears Pascal talking on the phone, planning to make his cousin the head of security so they can control the factory. This place is mine, Pascal says, laughing. The owner's a ghost. I'm the boss now. Uncle Issa whispers to himself, enjoy your power, Pascal. It won't last. Pascal hates Miriam more every day because she won't do what he wants. One day, he calls her to his office. You think you're better than everyone because you talk to that old cleaner? He says, his voice mean. I know you're doing bad things with him. If I catch you together, he's finished. I'll make him disappear. Miriam's eyes get big. Why are you so cruel? She asks. I just want to work. Because you said no to me, Pascal says angrily. You'll pay for it. Miriam runs out, crying, and finds Uncle Issa sweeping nearby. He says he'll put you in jail, she says, tears falling. He thinks we're doing something wrong. Uncle Issa puts a hand on her shoulder. His words are empty. My daughter, trust me, something big is coming. Stay strong. Miriam nods, her heart heavy but her trust in Uncle Issa strong. She doesn't know what he means, but she believes him. The factory keeps going, full of lies and bad deeds. Then, one morning, everything changes. Big black cars pull up to the gate, and a white bus with government press written on it stops nearby. Strong guards with serious faces get out, and men with cameras set up their equipment. Workers whisper, "Is the president coming?" Pascal laughs. No way. This place isn't important enough. The factory doors open wide, and a tall man walks in. His suit is clean. His walk is strong. His presence fills the room. The white hair, sunglasses, and old clothes are gone. It's President Ibrahim Traoré. Everyone freezes, mouths open wide. Pascal's phone falls to the floor with a loud clatter. "I am not Uncle Issa," the president says, his voice loud and clear. "I am President Ibrahim Traoré, the real owner of this factory." People gasp. Miriam, standing in the back, puts her hand over her mouth, her eyes huge. Pascal's knees shake, sweat dripping down his face like rain. "I came here as a cleaner to see the truth," the president says. "What I found hurt my heart. Lazy workers, stolen money, unfair treatment, cruelty. You, Mr. Pascal, took millions from this factory. You were mean to women, threatened workers, and made this place a bad place." Pascal falls to his knees, shaking. "Sir, please, I didn't know it was you. I have a family. You should have thought of that before you insulted a poor woman and laughed at a cleaner," the president says, his voice hard. He waves his hand, and two guards grab Pascal, pulling him away as he begs, "Please, forgive me." The crowd cheers, not because they hate him, but because justice is here. The president looks at the workers, his face softer now. But not everyone was bad. One woman was kind to a man she thought was nothing. She shared her bread, her water, her heart. "Miriam, come here." Miriam walks forward, her legs shaking, her eyes wet with tears. The president smiles. "You, Miriam, are what this country needs. You're honest, kind, and good, even when life is hard." He turns to the cameras. "Today, I'm giving Miriam a new 3-bedroom house, paid for forever, no rent." The crowd shouts with joy. She'll get a new car, all hers. More cheers, and her 4 daughters will go to any school they want, anywhere in the world, for free. Miriam falls to her knees, crying, "Thank you, sir. God bless you." The president helps her up and hugs her gently. "You said it all when you shared your bread with a stranger." Miriam laughs through her tears. "It was you who paid my rent, wasn't it?" He smiles. "Yes, and I'd do it again." The crowd laughs, their hearts happy. The president speaks to the workers one last time. "This factory will keep going, but things will change. No more stealing, no more cruelty. Only good workers will stay. Our country is strong when we treat each other well." He walks out, holding Miriam's hand. As the crowd cheers, tears fall, and justice wins. The factory is new again, a place of hope. So, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with everyone you know. Let's spread the word that goodness always wins and justice never sleeps. See you in the next African tale.